Welcome,
Welcome.
welcome,
Welcome.
welcome back to the Unhinged BookCast. This is a book podcast hosted by two book besties. I'm LJ.
And I'm Jess. Whether this is your first time joining or you've been here from the start, we are happy and thankful you are joining us.
Whether we're deep diving into thoughts and theories or just riding the vibes, we love discussing our current reads with each other and now with all of you.
Tonight we are headed into the Everseas with LJ Andrews, The Ever King, chapters 1 through 17.
You can join our discussions chapter by chapter in our club on the Fable app without spoilers. We have one book club for the current podcast read and another for Book Besties Thursdays.
Book Besties Thursdays is more of a monthly book club where we read a book together and discuss it as a whole, just like a book club. We are still reading Bound by Sable Sorensen.
Would you hurry up so we can talk about it?
I'm
Because
halfway through it now.
I got Fury Bound on release day and I really want to start it. So you need
Okay.
to hurry up.
Tomorrow or the next day it'll be done, I promise.
Okay. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, Fable, and right here on YouTube for new episodes, updates, and fun book related content.
And don't forget to share. It helps us grow and reach new friends. But before we get started, we need to give a quick content warning.
We are reading romantic fantasy books, which tend to include violence, open door romance, and other rowdy pirate stuff.
Though our conversations tend to skirt these topics, we do frequently use naughty words that are not intended for little listening ears.
So let's get started. Like we were just talking about, and we decided we need to hit record first. So, what were you saying? Are you audio or physical or
Um, so I started when I very first opened up the book, I started doing like the immersive thing,
okay?
audio and eyeball reading it on my Kindle. And it was driving me crazy just because I kept having to like pause and take notes and then play and find my word again. So I quit with the
Yeah.
audio. But also I wasn't a huge fan of the audio, but I didn't get that far into it, so I don't know, because it's just one chick, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. There's actually dudes. Okay, I like
Yes.
seriously, I think I maybe got through the prologue and maybe chapter one. So I don't think
I think that's what I did because I was doing the same thing.
okay.
And then I was just reading.
Okay.
And then a couple hours ago, I wasn't done yet.
It's always one of
And
us.
it's so this comes out after wedding weekend, but right now it's right before wedding
Mm-hmm.
weekend for our friends. And so
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I'm trying to get done. And so I was like, physically reading this right this moment is not going to work. So I ended up just audioing it really fast for the last couple of chapters. And I don't like it. I hate it. And I do not plan to listen to the rest of the audio because it is a guy and a girl. But on the girl chapters, it's this one chick, and she's to me sounds like she's like 60 years old
Okay.
instead of like 20 like she's supposed to be. And then she does the guy voices and the girl voices. And then when it's the dude
Oh,
chapter, he does the
yes.
girl voices and the guy chapters. And it is so damn confusing. Like
Hmm.
when it's just one narrator, you get used to it and like you know what voice they have for each character or whatever.
Hmm.
Like the Rotobones. That was amazing because you knew her like Ray Galton voice and you knew her
Yes.
Jonas voice and like that kind of thing. And so like it made sense even though it wasn't like your favorite to hear a chick trying to do a dude voice, but it's his trying to do girl voices and it's horrible. And I don't like him. He's like trying too hard to be like the dark, mysterious pirate guy. And I don't like it
Okay.
at
Okay.
all. So I will be reading the rest of this because it is
Need to
horrible to
remember.
my ears.
I can't stand. I read a Megan Quinn once, or listened to a Megan Quinn once that was like that, where it's like there's a guy and a girl, but the girl does all the girl and guy voices for her chapter, and then he does
Oh,
all the girl and guy voices for his chapter.
yeah, that's how this
Um,
is. Yeah.
I think I'm trying to remember what that's called. I think there's dual
Duet.
narration. Well, there's duet and then there's dual narration, and they're both different things. So like I think duet narration is okay. Duet, I just Googled it. That's right. Narration, that's hard to say, is two narrators performing together throughout the entire book with each actor strictly voicing their specific character. That's what I prefer. I think that's
Okay,
what you
yeah.
prefer too. Dual narration involves two narrators alternating by chapter, which is what this is. I
Yeah,
don't
and
like
that's what it
that.
was like
Where they
for
read all chapters in their assigned, or all characters in their assigned chapter. Yeah, I don't like
yeah,
that as much
that's
either.
how it was for like one of the first audiobooks I ever listened to, which was
Oh.
The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros.
Oh.
And
That was
that
one of your
was,
first audiobooks?
yeah, I don't like audiobooks. So there are some that I
It's
do
okay.
like, but this is not one of them. So it will not happen again. So this is Lucy Rivers and Will Thorne are
Okay.
the narrators. Um, not a fan, but that does not change how we feel about this book
The
because so
book is
far
amazing. I am sucked in so
I,
hard right
yes,
now.
like I will probably read more before I go to bed. I'm also reading another book. I'm reading so many books right now. It's not funny. I think I
Same.
have like five going on.
Yeah, I have four.
I've started, we should really talk about this book, but I just
We
want to
talk about
say
this
that I
book?
have started the second Dungeon Crawler Carl, and my husband is like halfway through the first one, and it's so good.
I can't wait for
So
you to
good.
tell me, give me the spark notes on each book since I'm not going to finish the series. But
Yeah,
I
I
do
guess,
want to know I do want to know what happens.
yeah, I guess you really do need to just like be into gaming and stuff like that, which I
Yeah.
wasn't before, but like when I first met my husband, he did a lot of gaming and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I would do it with him, especially when I was pregnant because I couldn't do anything. And so I love it. It's hilarious. It's a great time. Get on that one. Okay, let's talk about The Ever King though
The
by
Ever
LJ
King.
Andrews. So
All
we are
right.
cutting this book into three parts too. So this is just the first like third ish
Hmm.
of the book. So obviously all characters are new. So let's start at the beginning.
The Beniging.
The
Beniging.
in the
The Benig in the
beginning.
Beniging.
My husband sends me that all the time. He's like, "How are you so fast?" And then we were listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl because I wanted to see where he was at. And he
Uh,
goes, "I need you to slow it down. I need you to slow it down. I need you to slow it down."
oh my God.
And we get to the point where at like 0.12 or whatever, wherever it
Oh
starts at you
gosh.
at. And I was like, I'm gonna die.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. And
Nope,
he was like,
couldn't
I'm
do it.
getting it. He's like, how do you listen to it that fast? I'm like, I don't know. But
You train
how do
yourself
you listen
to.
to it this slow?
Yeah, how do you listen to it that slow? That's a
I feel
mm-mm.
like I'm talking to my kid when they were little and then, oh, sorry. And they're like trying to tell you a story.
Yes.
I'm
You're like, let's
gonna make
go.
a short story long here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. So in the beginning, we have Olivia, which is our
Yay.
FMC. So Songbird, she's half Fae. I didn't think she was
Yes.
half Fae. Oh yeah, because
Yep.
her mom's
Yep. Her mom's
yeah,
mortal.
mom's
Sorry,
mortal.
I added some details to
I
here. I
noticed.
forgot
I
to
was
tell you.
really
I'm
convinced.
sorry.
I don't know. I meant to add in that she's also like an Earth Fae, I guess is what they call it.
Yes.
And then 20 years old or 20 turns.
20 turns. Yeah. So I'm
20
assuming that's 20
turns.
years, but I'm
I would
guessing
assume
that's
so
what that
too.
is. Yeah.
And then so like on her side, these are like some of her characters from where she's from. We have Jonas Erickson, which is funny because I think
Hmm.
that's what was in the Road of Bones.
He
And
was
all I
not a
can
good
see is
guy.
Jonas. And I'm like, he's gonna be
Jonas.
dude,
I
he's
know. I
gonna be
did the same
bad.
thing. Yes.
Gonna be bad. Okay. So he's the eldest of the Eastern princes. And then we have Sander Erickson. He is also twins with Jonas, but he's more of like the quiet, chill kind of guy. Jonas is a man whore.
Hmm.
And then we have Valen Ferris, which is her dad. He's the king of the night folk. And then we have Elise. She's born mortal and she's Liv's mom. Obviously, that makes her the queen.
Hmm.
We have Rorik, which is the little brother, and he's a fucking hoot. I love this
I
little kid.
love him. He reminds me of my youngest so badly.
Oh my, yes. Yes. I
All I
was gonna
could
say
think was
my
my
kids,
kid.
but like, yeah, it fits him more than any of
He
the four of the
was
boys.
um, Luke was chasing the track kids around, the high school track kids around with a stick today. They were running for like just 20 minutes around the track, and every time they got close to him, he was like, "Ah," and he's chasing them with a stick, and they'd all speed up really fast. I'm like, oh my God. Or throwing rocks at him.
Right.
So, anyways, go
Or
ahead.
like how he's like constantly cussing. I'm like, that's
Oh
my
my
kid.
gosh, this child.
I was
I try. I
dead.
swear I try.
Both of us. It's cool. It's fine.
Right?
I just let them do it at this point. I'm like, they're gonna say
Oh,
it, but I just pop them if they're in front of grandma. I'm like, grandma is
yeah.
she hears you say that, she's gonna pop me. So I gotta pop you now.
See, the problem is that my uncle, my brothers who live with grandma currently, which is their uncles, encourage it. So my mom just like
Uh-huh.
she's like, whatever.
Whatever. Whatever. I
Okay.
know my mom wouldn't actually hit me, and I don't actually hit my kid. I'm just saying. I threaten to flick them in the mouth.
And then you laugh silently because you're like,
Yes.
okay,
Yep.
that was my fault.
Yep. 100%. Them F bombs, those came from mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got Steg, which is
Steak.
dad's captain.
Is that how you say that? I could not figure that one out.
That's the best I got. I mean, like I was listening to it at like max speed, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steg. And then Alec, which is like a rave officer, which I'm assuming like the rave is like, I don't know, their army or
They're
of
yeah, they're
sorts,
they're military
military
soldiers, whatever.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
King's Guard. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
This is a cousin and about 21 years old.
And his full name is Alexei. Alexei.
Alexis.
Alexei.
And then Mira, full name Kazmira Sekundar. I don't know.
Sekundar. Krasmira
Sekundar.
Sekundar.
Sekundar. Sekundar. Okay. And then who else do you have? Because
Uh, so then we have Saul and Tor. Tor was
oh
short for
yeah.
something I can't remember. So these are Alexei's fathers and Liv's uncles, and I think Saul is the one that is brothers with Valen, Liv's father.
Oh, okay. So like there's two dads. I thought they were two different uncles.
No, they're two, yeah, two dads. Two
So they're
dad
two
situation.
dads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, good for you, man. Some of the funniest people I've ever met are gay, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm hoping that these are like the fun gay uncles and this is
It
going to be a
sounds
good
like
time.
it. I don't know. I was smiling at the interactions that they all had.
Right? Okay, so we're hoping that these are the fun gay uncles. And then we have Eric Bloodsinger, our MMC, the snake, and of course, the ever gay. Yes. So let's get into the characters that are kind of in
Connected with him.
connected with him. Yeah. So we have King Thorvald, which is the former king and his father.
Hmm.
I have Celine Tidecaller, which is part of his crew, and she's the only other woman on the ship.
Hmm.
And then we have Larson Bonekeeper, which is the second mate. And then Tate Heartwalker, which is a cousin slash first mate.
Did you ever watch or did you boys ever watch The Sea Beast on Netflix? Or
Mm-mm.
Sea Beast? Oh my gosh, that you gotta go watch it now, especially because we're doing this pirate thing. The Crew, that is the cutest movie. I absolutely love it. It's on Netflix. It's called Sea Beast. The crew on that show reminds me of these ones. So like there's a female, the only female on that crew in this movie, that reminds me so much of Celine, and that's all I could see in my head was this chick from this movie. And
Okay.
then the rest of the characters all remind me of people from Sea Beast. You need to go watch it. Tell your kids that they're
Okay.
watching Sea Beast tomorrow and go watch it with them because it's so cute. I love that movie.
Okay. I'll be like, mommy has more decorations to do. We're watching this
Absolutely.
movie. Miss
It's
Jess said
really
so.
good. It's really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
sorry, bunny trail. All right, so then we have Lord Harold, which is Thorvald's brother and Tate's father. And he was killed during the Great War. And then Alistair. We don't really know who Alistair is, but they did mention Alistair. He's some old guy that they briefly mentioned, but something about, I don't know, something about ingredients, I don't know, a spell or something like that
Oh, I
when they
think
get
that
back.
it's whoever they sent the message to.
Yes, I have a feeling we're going to
This
be,
person is figuring something out, and I think I
yes.
know what he's going to be figuring it out. I think he's like some kind of medical, historical
Yeah, because they said
type of
something about
person.
how he knows everything from every realm that's ever existed or something like that. He's just like this
Yeah.
wealth of knowledge or something. So I think we're going to be seeing more of him. But see, I
Yeah.
have a hard time because we've got Jonas or Jonas, who I've got a
Hmm.
bad taste in my mouth from another series. And the same
Uh-huh.
with Alistair.
Alistair.
I'm like, what the heck?
Right? And we're not even done
Another
yet.
old guy that knows too much. Okay, maybe he's gonna be nice. I don't know. We'll see.
And Lord Harold just sounds bad.
I know he does. I thought the same thing. And then we have as okay, autocorrected is not Seawall. Sewell. Um, he's the
I thought it
cook
was
on the ship.
seawall.
Is it
I thought that's
Seawall?
how they said it.
No,
Yeah, I thought
it's
so.
well, it's Sewell, so maybe it is Seawall. Maybe it's how they say it. One way or another, he's the cook on the ship on the at the
In
Evership,
the
right? Is
galley, in
that
the,
what it's called? The
what is
Evership?
it? Galley? Yeah, the Evership.
Yes, the galley. And I love him. But he speaks in
I
riddles.
He
He
speaks
had
in
a
riddles
hard
because
knock
he
on the head some years ago and
during some
during the war.
torture.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And so
he
now he
I
speaks
liked
in
him.
riddles and he calls her Fox.
Uh-huh.
And
And he
it's super
calls
funny.
everybody else the eels. Well, the other king
I
is the eel.
I don't think
He
so.
knows
I think there's
more.
something to it.
Oh, I agree.
I
I
think the
100
eels are the
agree.
witches. Because he
Okay.
says you can't let the eels know when he's talking. We can talk about this later when we're talking about the
Okay.
mark.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. And then Lucian. We don't know who the fuck Lucian is,
No, we
but
don't. But we're
we
gonna
are
find out more as
currently fighting with
soon as we
him.
start reading again.
Yes. And I like where this is going.
Me too.
All right. Location, also known as map of France. So I said, let's have a look-see at our maps, shall we? We have the Earth Fey realm and the Ever realm, which are separated by the chasm, which has to be opened for Eric to be able to pass through because it was sealed with his blood. Um, and I was just kind of like looking up at the map and I was like, this is
Mm.
simple, but it's straightforward and to the point, and I think it's
Hmm.
great. It's
Yep,
not
I
like
like
super
that.
elaborate, but it's like this is kind of like how things look. And kind of like where things are and how they have to travel the seas. And I like it.
Yep. And I apparently didn't read your note very well when I added my own because I actually had a note for location this
You
time.
had a note for
I had
location?
a location note, the chasm of seas. So basically, it is a divide between the waters of the Earth Fae and those of the Ever Kingdom. That's all I have.
Yep. All right, so let's do
Okay.
history and stories from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had a note too, apparently, in this one that I never have a note for. But I
Look
was
at
just
us
kind of
go.
saying like the entire prologue when they're like kids at first
Hmm.
and everything that's going on. That's obviously history of
Yeah, that's true.
kind of what's going on and where this starts and why they were like, I guess you'd say friends as children and then or be kind of becoming
They had a
friends
kind of a connection of sorts.
even though like their families are enemies while
Hmm.
this war is going on. She's still a friend to
Hmm.
him or friend like to him,
Yep.
which I like it.
All right. So I got quite a few notes here, so bear with me. Starting in chapter one. So, in chapter one, they are currently celebrating the 10th festival since the Sea Fae, or which are the enemies, were locked beneath the sea. Which I assumed to mean it was 10 years, which I think was confirmed later.
Yeah.
So, 10 years since all this went down. Also in chapter one, there are four royal families of the Earth Fae, each clan with different magics and talents. So during the Great War against the Dark Fury, which is what her clan calls the magic, and the Sea Fae, the folk of the Ever Kingdom.
Ooh, really quick, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah,
So there is another series that LJ Andrews wrote that is supposed to be about like of somebody's parents or something like that. So I don't know if it's um
interesting.
of like the Earth family because they're all like a family of, whatever. And then there's
Yeah.
I'm assuming going to be different kingdoms and stuff like that or how they were formed of the Ever.
Well, I think
So I will be
in
reading that
the
next.
yeah, I think in the author's note or something in the beginning, she does say that this is the same world and same some of the same characters from a different series.
Oh,
But that
does
they're
it say
not
that in the
necessarily it does, yeah.
it says it on the Kindle. Yeah, it doesn't say that in the
Yeah.
physical.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was Yeah, it was in the author's note.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah, I think
there's
that is
another
like it
series.
happens a
Hmm.
long time before. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay, the Broken Kingdom series. She says the world of the Ever is set in the same world as my Broken Kingdom series, bringing the Fey Vikings of that series, some sly pirates, bone ships, and sea shanties. Um, yeah, she says how you don't have to read that other one, but it is set in the same world. So,
Okay. So yeah, that's all I wondered.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I want to read that one too. I am so loving this one already within only 17 chapters that I'm definitely going to be reading her other
Continuing?
series.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Okay, I will let you continue. I'm so
All
sorry.
right. No, you're good. So then again, chapter one, Liv's father killed King Thorvald, which is Eric's father.
Mhm.
So he was the king of the Ever, and this happened just before Livia's birth. And then chapter two, the Night Folk Fae, which is Liv's people, have the god's gift of controlling the earth. The Eastern realms, which would be Jonas and Sanders' people, have the tricky magic of mind and body. And then the Southern and Western edges, which kind of didn't make sense to me. Southern and Western edges. I guess it kind of works. Um, but the Southern and Western edges, which would be Mira's folk, twist fate, shapeshift, or compel the mind with cantrips. I don't know what that is, but
Mm,
cantrips and illusions. That was straight from the book. I forgot to look up that word, but cantrips,
hallucinations, maybe?
maybe. Um, okay, then chapter four. Okay, so the prologue, there's the talisman and
Yes.
with the rune on it and all that. So this talisman was something given to the Ever King by a powerful sea witch. The Everlands are slowly dying under a poison, slash rot, and the only way to possibly cure it is with this talisman. It is spelled so that it can only be retrieved every 10 years. Eric's father, King Thorvald, lost it 20 years previously, 20 years ago. Eric recovered it 10 years earlier, which is where our prologue is, in the prison, but then gave it to Liv.
Mhm.
Um, and she didn't know anything about it. He let her keep it, saying that he would return for it someday. But now, as of chapter four, he can't get through the chasm to get it back.
Mhm.
Um, and also with that, something that became clear to me as I continued reading, I guess it's sort of clear, is that they have to challenge whoever has it for it. They can't just like take it back. So Eric
I
like
can't take it
literally
back, yeah.
has to challenge the person who has it, and they can only challenge that person every 10 years. And if they don't win the challenge, they lose it for another 10 years, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Chapter four again. Eric Bloodsinger got his name when he was 4 years old, and his father tested his magic. Eric's blood is poison to any it touches, which actually it has to, as I read further, it has to mix with their blood. It doesn't have to just touch him, but it has to mix with their blood in order to be poison. Um, However, a song from Eric can heal any wound, a wound
Hmm.
from his blood or otherwise. I thought that was cool. That's different.
Me
We've read a
too.
lot of fantasy books. That's a
Uh-huh.
different kind of
It's new. It's not me. I
ability.
got really nervous at first. I was like, oh my God, is this a fucking vampire? I was gonna lose my shit. I
You're
was
a
gonna be
little
pissed.
tired of vampires right
I'm
now.
tired of vampires and I don't
Need
like
a break from vampire.
vampires
Oh,
and I
that's
need
right,
a
you don't.
fucking break. My
Yeah.
friends, I need a break.
Yeah. All right, and then chapter five. So there is, let me pull it up real quick, but there's the history of the Evership, the Mantle, and the War. And this was on page 45 of my Kindle. So give me just 1 second. There we go. From the book, it says so this is Eric speaking. He says the lady of the sea witches gifted Thorvald his mantle to forever mark his bloodline as the rulers of the waters. The talisman allowed the Evership to carve through any sea, any ocean, any storm without straining the natural magic of the king's blood. It gave the Everfolk access to all the Fey worlds. It shielded ships during crossings into dangerous waters with sea singers and dark creatures. When the great war between the Earth Fae and Ever ended, our enemies held my father's mantle. The Earthbender Nightfolk King won it in turns before by murdering Thorvald, and I'd failed to win it back.
So it's a special ship. It's a special pirate ship. It's a special talisman.
Yep, the mantle,
Gifted by
talisman.
sea witches. The power is gifted by sea witches.
Hmm.
Yep.
All right, chapter 10. So apparently, sea fae get sickly and weak if they are on land for too long. It's not like they'll die if they're on land for too long, but they're not okay. So
Mhm.
they must return to the seas occasionally, so that it doesn't like make them too bad. Also, then the earth fae can also survive in water for a time as well and hold their breaths for longer than like a mortal can. Um, And then Eric mentions here how many of them thrived, them being the Earth Fae, how they thrived in the Ever Kingdom better than the Sea Folk could live on land. Many of the Ever Folk were descendants of kinder times between land and seas.
Mhm.
And then chapter 10. So there is lore that exists about the kiss of sea singers, one that gave endless breath to a land walker they loved more than the sea.
Yes.
Which, oh, I couldn't decide if this needed to go in history or in plot points or in honorable mentions, honestly.
Yes. My thought was I was going to put it in plot points, but it's
Yeah,
both.
it is. It is all of them. This
It's
lore is
all of
not just
it.
history, this lore is foreshadowing. Okay, chapter 12. Livia and Eric are going back and forth over their history that they know, and it would honestly just be easier to read. So give me just one more second here. Let me pull it up. They're going back and forth. Eric starts it and he says, "The death of the Ever King is not some tale you read in your little books." She says, "You despise us for the war when it was your people who attacked first." He says, "Only because your people slaughtered a king of the Ever. 20 turns ago, and only after Thorvald attacked one of our own." And then it says, "Thorvald's act of unprovoked violence spurred my father's axe to find the Sea King's heart." Eric says, "I know well what my father did." New shadows darkened Eric's eyes. "I also know it was done after your folks spent weeks torturing his heir."
Hmm.
Um, she says, "My retort dried like ash on my tongue, the scars on his neck, his lip, the ones clearly hidden beneath his shirt. Thorvald was killed before I was even born, 10 turns before the Great War. If what Eric said was true, then as a tiny child, he'd been tortured." And then it says, then he asks her, they go back and forth about that. She doesn't want to believe it. And then he asks her about, what is it, Steg? Is that how you said that? Steg,
Yeah.
Stieg? Um, and then she goes, "Stieg, my heart jolted. He called you by name." Yes, his mouth twists into a snarl. "Who do you suppose guarded me during my first capture? The capture where my father rose through the chasm to counsel with warring Earth Fae, only to be duped and have his heir used in a desperate attempt to heal the dying."
Hmm.
Also, probably could have gone in plot points, but it's history, so I always go back and
But
forth
it's
on that.
also like that's
But
kind of what he's doing. He's stolen the air to get the
exactly, it's
power
kind
back
of
to save the Ever
But I wonder too
from the
because
Brocht.
he can sit, he can heal things by singing. And they found this out when he was 4. So
Hmm.
he could have been very young when this happened.
Yeah.
And it just makes me wonder. I don't know. I feel like in these books, whoever is presented to you first is like the good guys and the bad guys. It's always opposite as you continue reading.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where we're going again.
Could be. Yeah.
Okay, chapter 13. The Sea Fae have names that hint to their magical abilities, like Bloodsinger, Tidecaller. We also have like Heartwalker, I think. Don't know the others, but there's more. Um, and these all have something to do with their voices also.
Hmm.
And then chapter 15. So the rune is a symbol of the royal line, the make of a king, and it has never in history been seen on a woman before. Again, another one
Hmm.
that couldn't decide history or plot points. It's kind of both.
Right. Agreed.
All right, and then last one, chapter 15. So there are 5 noble houses of the Ever. Each controls a province and a gift of the seas. They all have strengths and talents that are utilized for the benefit of the kingdom. When a sea fae develops a song, they are classed among the houses. Earth fae magic is tied to the land, and sea fae magic is tied to their voices. And that is what I have for history.
That is a chat for history. Da, 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 da. Love it. All right, let's move on to plot points then and get into some conversations here.
Yeah.
So, again, these are just some quick kind of rapid fire bullet point notes that we think are going to be important to the story as a whole. So, the prologue one I have is so she ends up breaking the talisman, and the ruin like tattoos itself into her skin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was this blood singers, which we later find out is Eric father's,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kept in a lockbox by her dad. So her dad is the
Yeah.
one that had it, and she had snuck it out to show it to him, thinking it would mean a great deal to him.
Yes. And it's now broken into three pieces because as she's leaving the prison, she falls on it and somehow it breaks, but before it breaks, it like brands itself, scars her on her
Mm-hmm.
elbow, which
Or the
she didn't.
ruin goes in
Yeah,
like into her scar.
the ruin. It's like it's not that she fell on it hard enough for that to happen. There's definitely some magic at play here.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And also I'd like to say sea witches.
I
You're
know.
telling me there's gonna be fucking witches?
Oh boy, here we
Bro,
go. We've had enough time with
bro.
vampires and
Fuck the
werewolves. It's your
vampires.
turn.
Now we've got pirates and witches, and I
Pirates
am
and witches, it's your
here
turn.
for this,
I
bro.
like pirates. I'm
Dude,
just not a witch
dude,
person.
witches and pirates. I'm in fucking heaven right now. You're gonna
I love that
sit
they're
here and tell me that
Viking
I'm
fae,
wrong?
right? She's a witch.
She's a
Her
witch, Doug.
sister was a witch.
She came down in a bubble. You're gonna sit here and tell me that I'm wrong? Okay, so we should keep moving on though. But
We have a
so
lot of
chapter
squirrels
two,
tonight.
we're gonna scroll all night long. Chapter two. So she's like an earth fae.
Hmm.
And then she's been having these nightmares of the chasm.
Chasm.
Um chasm, the chasm. Um, and then also I just wanted to mention that like so all these parents are
Yeah,
leaving their kids to just party while they go have like boring meetings.
which
And I was
sounds
like,
super
this is
fun as the
sus.
kid.
As a kid, yeah, but
Yes, we're
sus,
definitely sus.
sus. And just kind of weird at the same time.
Yeah.
But what do I know? And then I have chapter three in the chasm is basically calling to her. And when she touches it for like even a brief second, she can picture this like golden city.
Hmm.
And when this happens, it raises the ruin on her arm and kind of like gives her some pain there.
Yep.
Chapter four, we have Eric telling us about the rot and how it is taking over the ever.
Yep.
The talisman has a bunch of power in it, and it was made and formed by a powerful sea witch. Um, he can mix his blood with someone else's, and it becomes poison. If he sings, it saves them.
Hmm.
He has opened the royal city where he lives to those that are affected by the rot.
Yeah.
Because these people were trying to do other types of things to cure the rot. They had stolen his this area had stolen his
Oh,
songbird
the pendant,
necklace.
yeah,
Yeah,
that she had given him.
yes. And so he was getting it back.
Yep.
So while this is all happening, so his mark, like his little tattoo ruin or whatever, it like lights him up, right?
Yep.
And he's like, his blood is in the water, and then they find out that it means, or there he goes, there's blood in the water, and it means that it's his blood is in the water because his blood is what was used to seal the chiasm, and that means it is open now. So that's when they like hightail it the fuck out of there.
Hmm.
Okay, so then chapter five, um, this talisman allows the Evership safety to go anywhere without using the king's magic or like overusing the king's magic.
Yeah.
Um, and then chapter nine, Eric kidnaps Livia. And I said, hard eyes, hard eyes, hard eyes. I was like, oh yeah, pirate through and through. We are capturing the girl and we are
Did
taking
you
her ransom.
Did you watch Outlander? I can't remember if you said you watched
No,
Outlander or not.
I haven't
Okay.
watched Outlander. I haven't read it. I haven't watched more than the first episode of the Kingdom or whatever,
Okay.
the Lost Kingdom.
Oh, The Last Kingdom. That is also very
Because you
good.
always ask me this.
You got to get past the first couple of episodes. Anyways, Outlander, for those of you who have watched it, this is not a spoiler or anything like that, but in like later seasons, there's this pirate in that show, and for some reason, the at least the way that he talks is very piratey in that show, and that is what I imagined this whole like the way that Eric acts and the way he talks and stuff. And actually he's a bad guy and I don't like him in Outlander. But I
Mhm.
kept imagining that. So never mind. You can't relate with me since you haven't watched it yet.
I haven't
Never
watched it yet.
mind.
I will get there eventually. I promise.
Okay.
Maybe when I get through all the Dungeon Crawler Carls, okay?
Okay. And then chapter 9. So there's definitely some sort of like connection. I don't know if that's the right word, but there's a familiarity at least between Stieg or Steg and Eric. Because as he's capturing Livia, Stig calls him by name and talks to him
Yeah.
like he knows him.
Well, that's
So,
what we were talking about just like a little bit ago.
yeah.
Obviously, we find out that he's the guard or whatever that was
Yes.
probably beating the shit out of Eric as a kid.
Yeah, because he's older. He's one of the older guards for sure. We find out too, Stig.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then we kind of mentioned this a little bit already, but so the scars on his neck though, he keeps talking about how they bother him. And he in this chapter, he likens them to rot, which
Yeah.
kind of plays into my thoughts and theories a little bit later.
See, I
So,
was watching his leg, his thigh
in
or
his
whatever.
leg, that too.
That's what
That
I
too.
had my
It
eyeballs
is
on.
different to start a series like this with the MMC being like having an injury like that or something. Usually they can heal things and they're super strong and don't have issues, but he's got like these scars that bother him and his leg that bothers him. All right. So then we have in chapter 14. So Livia is with Sewell. Sewell.
He went.
Sewell? I think I like Sewell better.
Yeah.
Is that how they say it in the audiobook? Sewell?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's with Sewell and so he freaks out when he sees her mark. They're just going about their day making food and all this stuff. She rolls her sleeves up because she's hot and he sees the mark on her arm and he freaks out. And he goes, so Sewell, this is from the book. He says, "No, no, no. Foxes take the tides." She says, "Sewell," my breath caught. It's just a scar. The man ignored me and rubbed a thumb over the lines of the rune. "Called you back home with him. Not the usual way of things, but strange seas toss us now. Don't let them see." Um, she says, "Sewell," and he says again, "Don't let them see, or they'll take you from him. Might even take your eel like they took two little eels. But what could I do? Had to do it, little fox." "What did you do?" I whispered. "Broke the way of things." Desperation filled his gaze, and my heart snapped in two. The man wanted to tell me what was in his head, but his tongue simply wouldn't allow it. "Like a fox amongst the tides. Are you saying I've broken the way things are because of this mark?" And then he says, "Reasons we can't know, but be at ease. The heart of the young is not the same as the sire." And then he says, "Mark of eels." Sewell patted my arm. "Heal it all." "Heal what?" she says. He says, "She called you back." "Who, Sewell? Tell me who." "The Ever." His voice was clear and sharp. It was powerful. Then he says, "Bring it back, little fox. Don't let them take it away."
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
So you ready for this?
Yep.
They're witches. The witches control the power of the Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And because the powerful witches put it in the talisman or whatever, and that like gives them passage and all the things, and it makes everything good again or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
now the power's lost. Ah! But the power's not lost. The power is now in her, and now she's like the queen witch
Mm-hmm.
of the Everseas. And I don't. And there's one little part where he says, the heart is not the same of the sire or whatever. So I'm going back because this is 1 year out from probably the first time I said this. I wonder if she's a stolen baby.
Oh boy, here we go. Soul baby. Yeah, but I had the
Stolen
exact
baby.
same thought. I had the exact same thought. Like the way
So
he's saying, like, bring you back, don't let them take you again. All these things, it's like, yes, I had
she's
the
a witch.
exact same
You're
thought.
telling me that I'm wrong?
Hold on. Her
Hold on.
sister's a
She
witch.
came down in a bubble, Doug. Oh my goodness. I'm just saying. I think she's a stolen witch baby and she's a
Oh yeah,
witch.
I
And
am with
that is why
you.
she was able to absorb the power.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep, I am with
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
all the
Mm-hmm.
way on
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
And we're only 17 chapters in. I
We're
love
only
it.
17 chapters
I
in.
love it.
Okay, so she's a witch. Anyway, what else do we have?
Your turn.
Oh, we just had like chapter 16 when like this Lucian like walks on scene, even though he like doesn't, we don't get to see him yet.
Hmm.
So he's got to be like some arch nemesis. He's kind of being a dick, just rolling around pillaging like kingdoms or whatever, the ever and stuff like that. It's kind of what I'm getting.
Hmm.
And then so when they're doing like boat wars or whatever, Sewell gets stabbed, like when a knife comes like hanging off the
Yeah,
thing
not
or
by
whatever.
anyone. It just falls
Yeah,
on him and
and he
stabs
gets
him.
stabs. And so that's when she's like, oh shit, I gotta go up and go try and find supplies because she remembers seeing supplies in Eric's room or whatever.
Hmm.
So she's headed out to go get some supplies. And then that's when she's like, hey, I know you're busy and everything, but I need supplies because bro is he's bleeding out down there and I need to save him. And he's like, well, what do you mean you're gonna save him? Like you're basically like a prisoner here. But okay, cool.
Hmm.
You do that. Apparently I'm going swimming. Like,
Hmm.
and so now I want to know what that means. What does that mean that he's going swimming? And I'm so excited. And she's headed back downstairs with the supplies.
I
Not
was
back downstairs, but
totally
back down to Seawall.
waiting for him for Eric to be like, "Oh, Sewell, no, we can't let him die," and like show his good heart and to go down there and use his singing powers to heal him real quick and then go fight. I was a
But
little
see, I thought
disappointed
he
that he
has to
didn't.
put his blood in them and then sing.
I'm unclear on that part yet
I'm
because
almost positive he has to put his
because
blood in because
the
that
only
makes it
reason
poison and then he can heal the poison.
right, and I had that same thought and I'm not sure if I'm off that thought, but also the way that they said that when he was a little boy that they had captured him and they wanted to use his ability to heal others. That they were basically like the impression I got is that they were torturing him to get him to sing to heal people.
Oh, maybe.
So I don't I think we need to just see
But his
more
blood
of his
needs to mix
abilities.
with
His
theirs.
blood mixes with theirs to make the poison, but I'm not sure if he can only sing to save them if his blood is mixed or if he
See,
can
I
sing
think
to save
he has to
just to
like
save.
reverse it, is what I think. That's what I got out of it.
I honestly don't know what I think because I was 50-50
Okay,
on it. So I don't know. I think we just need to see more of it to know for
cool,
sure.
cool.
Yep.
Let's do quotes and honorable mentions.
Yes.
Okay. Um, the dedication. Okay.
Yeah.
To the queens who love the beautiful black heart of the villain. Face it, they're hotter than the hero.
It's
Amen, sister.
true.
Amen.
Yeah, it's true.
And then I have from chapter 11, and I'm not sure if this is going to stand, so I might cut it out. We'll find out. I have a new, let's say, desire that has been unlocked, pinned up against the helm of a pirate ship. Girl, girl, tell me we're going to see that. Tell me this is foreshadowing, clues and
Yeah.
foreshadowing. Please tell
Yeah.
me. Please. I'm dying to
Yeah.
know. So we need to
I
find out.
I agree.
So, since we are on a pirate ship,
Hmm.
we are now talking about the love vote and who we're shipping to Love Island, which I
Yes.
think is obvious.
Obviously. Livia and
Obviously,
Eric.
Lydia and Eric. And I don't have anybody else. Did you?
There was something and I should have written it down. Between Celine
And Tate?
I think it was Larson.
Larson. Yep, that's the other one. There could
I think
be.
it was Larson. Not sure.
There could be.
Slightly unimportant. They're side characters, but maybe. We'll see.
But maybe they're not because the
Oh,
series
yeah,
is
maybe
going
they're
to
not.
jump through the different um crew members, I think is what I heard. The
Okay.
first two books are so Ever King and Ever Queen, they are completed duet.
Duology.
And then the Mist Thief is I think supposed to be a standalone. And then the Stolen Crown, I think is supposed to be a standalone. Stolen Crown comes out, and I think it's October.
Okay.
And then I from the last I heard from LJ Andrews is that it's going to be 6 books in the
Oh my.
Everseas. 6 books in the Everseas.
Okay.
So, and I think there's like 6 books in the Broken Kingdom series. I think I got that wrong, but the one that comes like before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's six
I
books in that
don't
one,
remember
and
that
then
one
I
as
think
well.
there's 6 books supposed to be in this one.
Hmm.
So hopefully she bangs them out fast
Yeah.
because I need to know. I need to know. But we're just doing the first 2 books. We're just doing the Ever King
Hmm.
and the Ever Queen for right now.
Hmm.
So, yup. So thoughts and theories. Tell me your thoughts and theories.
Okay, so she's definitely a stolen baby. The whole
Yes.
thing with her being half mortal
Yes.
and all these
I
things, I'm like,
am, I am, I am keeping this part of the recording. That's all that matters to me right now. That you agree with me
I agree with you.
that there's finally a stolen baby.
She is a stolen baby. She was originally sea fae of some sort, or I agree with you, could
A sea
definitely have been a
witch.
sea witch.
She's a
Yes.
witch, dude.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because like we said, the rune didn't just it didn't hit her so hard that it scarred her arm. There was magic at play there. A female has never been marked by this before, and it is the mark of kings.
Mhm.
Um, and the next book is called The Ever Queen. So if that's not
Yeah,
foreshadowing, I don't know what is. I mean,
that makes sense.
yeah, it totally
But we're
makes
trying to
sense.
think that like we don't know that.
Right, we don't know that, right?
We don't know that, but we do, but we don't.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then the whole thing with him and his scars, his leg, and all that stuff. So with where he like likens the scars to the rot, this is just a small theory, but I'm pretty sure that like once he gets the talisman back, the mantle back or whatever, that I think that this rot that is going over his kingdom over the ever is also in him. And once he gets that back, he's gonna basically be healed from those things. So, I mean, that's kind of what I have for right now. It's not a whole lot, but biggest thing is that she's definitely a stolen baby. She's not where she's supposed to be. Well, now she is, but she wasn't where she was supposed to be
Yes,
before.
agreed.
Your turn.
Okay. So my thoughts are obviously stolen witch baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Sea witch baby. And the sea witches basically like have all the power of the ever or whatever. And so I think all that power that went into the talisman is now in her. I don't think the talisman can be like remade or like
Yeah, because it's
anything like
breaking
that.
apart. It's like gone. It's
Yeah.
like
So
disintegrated.
it's yeah, so it's in her. And
Mm-hmm.
so she is the power of the sea
Mm-hmm.
witch or the power of the ever. Which I think would make her like the queen witch or the ever queen or whatever.
Right.
And my other thought was so because of like some of the things that Seawald said when um he's seen her mark or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't let them take you or whatever. And he keeps seeing like the eels.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking like the sea witches or whatever are the eels. And I think they're going to take her back because they want that power out of
Mm-hmm.
her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I don't think that her being the queen of these sea witches or whatever is gonna be like a good thing. So I think they're gonna try and kidnap her or whatever like that, and he's gonna have to go get her
Yeah.
because he needs that power to cure the rot.
Yeah.
he needs her. And obviously, he's going to love her because he loves her because
Hmm.
she told him cute little stories about like happy endings, you know? Um, and so I
They're
think that's
also
like,
Fae, and there's a connection there. I'm just saying,
I
mate
mean,
bond, maybe. Mates. I mean, mates. So we gotta go back to the mates
mates.
thing.
I don't, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm ready to even think about that train yet. Not that I
Okay.
like dislike it, but it's just like I hate how 99% of the time is like, oh, and then I realized
Oh, I
that
love
we
it.
were mates.
I
And
love
it's
it.
just the weirdest shit to me. I don't know what it is. It's just like, just we realized we were mates. I'm like, or you just really wanted a boner. Either one. Like,
Either one. I love both. It's fine.
I mean, just like be honest here. You just wanted to bone it. You just needed to scratch an itch. And apparently she scratched it pretty good. So you just need some more of it now. Um, so yeah, so that's what I'm kind of thinking. I don't know if that's gonna be like over both books or just the first book or whatever. So um I feel like the parents are kind of not gonna be important. I know it sounds dumb, but I feel like her
Yeah,
parents and their are really not gonna be much in the story.
I think so
Um,
too. I
I
think
feel like
they
that will be a
probably had
later
their
thing.
time. I kind of feel like they maybe had their time in her other series. Maybe.
Yeah. But it's still like, okay, but if she was a stolen, maybe like then there's, I don't know,
There's
there's
that.
an issue there.
Yeah.
But that may not be in this book. That may be like our big problem for later.
Yeah.
And she might have to rally her other cousins and shit like that to help
Hmm.
her. So that might be where they come back in. Um, yeah, that's about all I have so far. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um but yeah, I hadn't thought about that, like how he would be he's also infected with the rot or something like that. That'd make
Hmm.
sense. But was he infected by the rot with his injuries when they were trying to get him to sing? Maybe they thought they had to put his their blood in him, and that's how they would heal their people
Maybe.
or something like that.
Maybe.
And that's why he has that issue with Stag or whatever he is. But
Yeah.
those are my thoughts. But I'm loving it. And it's not a very
Me
long book.
too.
It's at like 400 pages before the bonus content.
Yeah.
So, which is cool. Which we're gonna do the bonus content with the end of the book in part three when we do part threes.
Hmm.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right. Cry counter. Did you cry?
Nope.
Oh man.
I
I
did
was
not.
gonna see if you were gonna start off strong. Guess
No, I
not.
almost did when they with Rorik
Of
when she's being
course.
captured. You know, it's the
That
sibling
checks
thing,
out.
okay? It's the sibling thing.
And
You know,
he's
I
so cute.
almost did. If he would
He
have
should have
died, I
yelled,
probably
damn
would
it.
have.
If he would have yelled, damn
Oh
it, I
my
would have
gosh,
cried.
that would have been funny.
Damn it, don't go.
Yeah, no, but no, no cries.
Cool. Cool, cool.
I know you're at a zero, so
Yeah, I don't, yeah. I'll let
we'll
you
see.
know.
It's only two books.
I cried
I might make it
several
out of
times
this
in the Blood and
zero.
Ash series, okay?
Yeah, you did, but
I
that was
cried,
also like
I
eight
was,
books, so
and it
you
was
have long chance.
emotional.
Yeah,
Some of them were really emotional. So,
yeah.
and I was committed. I'm still committed.
All right. We hope you are all enjoying reading with us now for a whole year. Seriously, if you've been with us here the whole time and you haven't subscribed, liked, and shared with all your bookish friends, you need to.
Next week, we are continuing The Ever King by LJ Andrews with chapters 18 through 34.
If you can't wait to talk about it, you can do so over on the Fable app and discuss with us spoiler-free chapter by chapter.
And as always, buddy reading any book with book besties is so much fun.
So make sure to share our podcast with your book besties. And if you don't have any book besties,
Then become one of ours. And until next week, fill those drinks with ice.
and your books with spice. Bye.
Bye.